I had originally planned to just do my 5 placement matches and then just throw them up on here for, just for my own sake, like a journal, like a diary, as my YouTube channel pretty much is. But I forgot to record the sound of the game. It was honestly just 5 games of me kind of getting my ass kicked, except for one of them, which I did okay. As you can see up here, or the astute watchers, I'm 3, 11, and 10. And while I do have 10 assists, I am Trundle. And those assists should probably be kills. I am well aware of that. I was up against a Scion in this particular match, and I have never seen Scion before. I didn't know what he did, and this Scion seemed to especially know how to handle the Trundle, and I did bad. I did I did absolutely terrible until we started doing like team stuff. But before we go on, I want to make this crystal clear. I am Silver 4, and I personally believe that that is too high of a rank for me. I'm not here to talk about how good I am at League of Legends. If that's why you're here, you have my permission to leave. Everybody else, you have to stay. Let's see, actually. I actually forgot what it's been a while since I've played these games. So my last 5, I actually won 3 of them. I ended up with 8, 11. This is the game that we're talking about today, which we actually just end up winning, which is crazy considering we're fighting the whole time. But as you can see, I suck ass at this game. I guess this one was good. I really enjoy Braum. I should probably just play Braum more if I want to continue. Anyway, I'm getting way off track. What I have today, or yeah, what I have for you today, instead of unfortunately being able to show you all 5 of those games, which I did edit down. I don't know if I'll release them. I don't know. I just really don't know. But anyway, this is essentially my entire experience in the placements. This is just the most like the most fun one to talk about. But anyway, we'll just get the video started. Yeah, so we're about to get Baron. I'm sorry, I don't know how to get rid of this part, but we're about to get Baron, and we chase down the Darius. And I'm like, okay, so I see Blitzcrank there. I know one of them's dead, and we just scared Darius off, and we have all 5 of our people here. I'm just gonna let Darius escape, whatever. He's gotta go back. The more important thing is getting Baron. So, we end up getting Baron. So the whole team, I kind of skipped ahead here a little bit. The whole team, except for Fiddlesticks, goes mid. The bottom and middle inhib are gone. So, like, whatever. Yeah, so I understand, we definitely, in hindsight, probably should have gotten those. But I feel, in my opinion, that if the whole team is going middle, you should just follow them. You know what I mean? Like, especially in these lower ranks where no one's really kind of organizing or anything well, because then what ends up happening is exactly what happens. Because Fiddlesticks got called out. Like, of course they're coming here. This is their safest option of coming up here, and they know that everyone's down here. So anyway, yeah, I come up and I help him, and I put that there hoping that he'll run, but instead he runs in pretty much the only way that the pillar wasn't blocking for him. And I want to pause it here specifically because I ran away, and I should not have ran up here. I actually end up running, and I think I start recalling just because I want to spend the money. But then I noticed that my team is going. Now I know that as a Trundle with full health, I could have gone back in there. I know that. But again, I'm not very good. And this Scion has shown time and time again that he can just fucking end me, right? So I do that. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be able to take him one-on-one. I know from experience. So I chase down the Ahri, and the Yasuo dies the most nonsensical death that I've ever fucking seen in my life in like any game. I don't know what he was doing, but so now it's me and Jinx over here. Here comes Darius and Scion, and so we go and we fight. I back off a little to dodge that move. All right, I just want to recap this real fast. Right, so she's getting Scuttle Crab or whatever his name is, and I come down here. Right now, I don't know too many champions in this game. I reached level 30, then I immediately played. I do know Darius though, and I know Darius can kind of burst you down fast. And if you notice, my items for 37 minutes in are not good. I cannot stress how I think I have like 30 creep score or something at this point. I know Darius can fuck me up. I also know that Scion is coming up with him. Right, so I see him charging this move and I'm like, okay, I gotta get out of here because then otherwise Darius just has access to me or whatever. So I dodge that. He goes up this way, brings her in. Jinx kind of goes right there. So then I immediately go back in. The Darius is dead thanks to Jinx. And then I kill the Scion. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. It sucks that Jinx died. They just kind of caught us it was just bad positioning in general, right? But I'm like, okay, whatever. I gotta get away because this Scion passive that I know intimately well now is going great. But what I want to, right? So then I get away. I get away, whatever. What I want to point out though is Jinx asking me why I'm running, making and flaming me for running, whatever. And then the Yasuo, who is definitely watching, who I want to remind everybody took that fucking L for no fucking reason, jumping in to bash somebody else because he doesn't want the attention on himself, I'm sure. But with the Mumu very funnily pointing out that, like, yeah, I needed his help with Scion. And in fact, a lot of my assists came from a Mumu, and I'm like, I'm not doing very well. I'm just going to give everybody else the kills, whatever. So we have Jinx being like, okay, all this other stuff. Mumu kind of defending us, Yasuo jumping in. Jinx just really going in because she's on a 40-second death timer, and that really gives people the confidence and the time to just type whatever the fuck they want. So then she says, I have autism. Okay, whatever, sure. I was definitely way too passive, but again, I'm not as tanky as a Trundle should be. You know, I'm not as, like, whatever. I kind of skipped over it a little bit. No, I want you to see the whole thing. Fiddlesticks, I don't know why you all went mid and bot. We need top down. Fiddlesticks started everything by just fucking off and going by himself. Is now flaming everybody for not doing the one specific strategy that he thinks will lead us to victory. The one specific thing that he wants us all to do, that he is not going to budge on. Not 1 ounce of him will budge on wanting to get this top tower down. And that will keep happening. I promise you, that will keep happening. Anyway, skipping ahead a little bit. So this is, as you can see, 39 minutes, and that's just like a little bit past all of this. You know, it's like a minute and a half past, and Amumu finally worked up to courage to say his piece. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. He lost a 2v4 that time. I had 3 people lock in. What the fuck does that mean? Because at no point in time was anybody fighting a 2v4. And when he said he had 3 people, I wanna clarify something. So yeah, so Amumu, as you can see right there, decides to just go down by himself, and instead of help the team, he wants to be a hero and 1v2 people instead of, you know, whatever. But this is at most a 3v2. You know, so him saying a 2v4 is actually is just kind of crazy to me. That's definitely, he's lying. He's fudging the numbers up a little bit to make it seem more ridiculous than it is, for sure. I feel like, personally. Let me know what you think. And also, to say that we lost a 2v4 is weird, considering that there was only one survivor, and that survivor was me. So, in the context of everything, we had Baron, and that fight was nothing, and nobody achieved anything out of it. And so it kind of, we wasted Baron with it, I feel like. So in terms of like the 5v5 teams that we're playing, yeah, you could say that we lost, but I don't think that's what Amumu was saying, because I don't think he'd be bringing it up. And then here's Jinx being like, have you all seen my support yet? Because of course, it's not her fault that we're losing. You know, it's no one's fault that we're losing, because we're actually just not losing. If anything, it would be my fault. I get that. But again, we're not losing. And I started doing team play, and just kind of following people and getting kills, right? So now, yep, so I skipped ahead a little bit, and here is, of course, Fiddlesticks. He's up top. He's up top because he's just hyper fixated on getting top solo. Regardless of how our team is reacting, regardless of what we're doing, he's just going to go top. So he dies, of course. I skipped ahead a little bit again. I'm helping this Yasuo, who just has a death wish. So I try to shield him, but he just kind of goes in anyway. So I just kind of step out, scare him off a little bit, don't do anything, because what's the point? There's Blitzcrank, and we just kind of fucking focus on him. Boom, now they're down a support. Okay, great. And then now we can just go in and we can get the kill. Then I want to also point something out here, that the Scion that I was afraid of, right? That Scion, the reason I ran, quote unquote, ran when I was down here, originally when the Jinx was like, why did you run? The reason I was so focused on dodging that specific move was because Scion has been known, or has shown me, that he is able to just fucking kill me really fast. I mean, look at this. My health compared to his. He's got more health than I do, but his bar is like, my bar is double his, you know, and like, watch how my health goes down super fast. So yeah, he can fuck me up, right? So I just pretty much, I have to get out of there. We do all that, whatever. We won that fight pretty hard, I feel like, and now we're getting Dragon. So here's another thing that happens, is that I'm getting mixed signals here because Amumu is kind of getting mad that I'm not helping with Dragon, and Jinx is getting mad at everybody else because they're not helping me, like, I guess, win the game. I know that they're all dead and they're going to get the dragon, but I was pretty much dead. And as Trundle, I know my passive, I can get health back by killing minions. So I'm like, they're all dead. I'm just gonna kill minions to get the inhibs, whatever. And so that's what happens. Personally, I agree with Jinx. I think we should have just all gone here, and I think we would have just won. But that's, that's neither here nor there. Yep, and then here we got, Jinx and Amumu just fighting. Are you dumb? What's crazy? We just got 2 inhibs in a second. Yeah, they're right. So here's the thing about this next fight. I skipped ahead a little bit more, I skipped ahead like 2 more minutes or whatever. So there was nothing really going on. The team's kind of spaced out. I definitely should be up here with Baron. People were doing that, and that was going to be my next thing. We were all going to regroup there. But I'm just over here, and I'm like, I'm just gonna deny him this. At the point I kind of knew where all of the enemy was, so I was like, I'm just gonna get it. I do see the Amumu here, and in my mind's eye, I'm like, okay, he sees that I'm down here, he sees that I'm Trundle. He's just gonna run down here, right? He doesn't. He runs the opposite way. But their red is so close to death. I'm like, I have to just get it. Like, I can't just not get it. So rather than me go this way and get crowd controlled by the Ahri and then just melted by the Darius, I have to take the long way to help him. And then we just immediately start fighting. We go in, and of course, Amumu doesn't try to escape. Instead, he decides to fight a Darius with low health, which, again, I don't know much about this game, but I do know that Darius loves enemies with low health. All right, and so now I'm waiting for the Yasuo. We go there, and then boom, he dies pretty fast. But then boom, Trundle, fight, LOL. That's another, I just do not understand. So I've had it at this point. I'm just, I don't really like typing to my teammates. I like pinging and everything. It's just like, what are you talking about, man? Like he actively ran away from me. He ran the opposite direction from the direction I was going. He saw what I was doing. He saw how close I was to achieving it. And he instead decided to work completely against me. Here he goes. Do you know you could have saved me when you did red? LOL. For whatever reason, these double LOLs always piss me off. When you say something aggravating and then you just type in an LOL. Fuck you, man. But anyway, yeah, so we're about to get Baron, and then we're just gonna go and win. And then we just go and we win. Yeah, so we end up winning that match. Everyone was mad at everybody the entire time, and everybody was kind of just thinking that they were making all of the objective correct choices and everybody around them was just an idiot. And it's just, it kind of blows my mind because it doesn't seem like anybody that plays League of Legends really enjoys the game all that much. It's more so that people want to become famous playing it, and so they have to be good. So they have to do the grind. You know what I mean? They have to be the best of the best. I don't know. It's just like, it's a really frustrating thing because the game is really fun. Like, I understand people can make big money. People love this game. It's a very complicated game. It's super, super complicated with a lot of different moving parts. Not everybody's going to play it exactly how you want to play. Like, I definitely feel like, obviously, I wasn't contributing much at the beginning, but it's like all 5 games were like that. All 5 games were like, again, I won 3 of the 5. Not me. Like, I was on the winning team. I didn't help that much. But it's always just like whoever has the best, like, kill-death ratio just, like, starts flaming everybody else. And it's like, hey, report this person for not listening to me. And it's like, what are you talking about? I don't know. So I don't think I'm retiring from League of Legends, but I'm definitely after the grind to rank 30, only for the disappointment of what ranked actually is. Just a bunch of crybabies crying, coping that they're in silver 4. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. That's pretty much everything. That's the video. Bye. Bye.